We play for keeps, Cuddy. You ain't heard about the huddle fire with no with D-Lane. We tryna get it off the muscle. Walters caught the pick and ran it back without a tussle. Blow the whistle, coach is trying to get back to the huddle.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle. We back again. Only 2 weeks left in the NFL season. The Eagles in it, my Raiders in it. How you doing today, D-Lane?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, feeling great. And you know what I love about this NFL, or coming to the end of this NFL season, Zay? For the most part, it's all divisional games. It's all divisional matchups across the board, and it's that extra week, that extra game that we have now. And you got to play for something, man. It's a lot at stake for playoff hopes moving forward for these next last 2 weeks.
No, I agree, and it's fun. I like that extra playoff spot because I was looking without it. I mean, a lot of these teams wouldn't even be in it. Most of the playoffs would be set in stone at 5th and 6th seed. I'm glad we got 7 teams. And I thought about it before, like, man, it was really hard to make the playoffs before this. Only 12 teams? Like, that's more than half the league ain't making it every year. So I'm glad we got this new format. Your Eagles in it. I know my Raiders in it. So I'm excited to get going. But let's kick off with the local team, man. News last night. That guy, Trey Lance, is going to be making his start this weekend against the Houston Texans. What's your thoughts on this, D-Lane? Obviously, Jimmy G, they said hurt his finger in the game. I'm not buying it, but I'll talk about that in a minute. What's your thoughts?
No, you got to tell me why, Zach. I know you've been on Kyle and Jimmy Hamilton. I want you to go. I want to know why you're not buying it.
It's simple. They said he hurt his finger after sometime late in the second quarter or something like that, and they showed his stats. The stats were the same. So that means you missed a wide open Kyle Juszczyk with a healthy finger. They always have some injury excuse when he has a terrible game. To me, you're just trying to save his draft stock. I feel like he might have a little sore finger, but it's just Jimmy G's trying to save his draft stock. That's all I think from the 49ers. I think, hey, he wasn't playing well. He's not 100%, and Jimmy G that's not 100%. We're not playing. But don't try to hit on a finger all completely fucked up. He finished the game. Trey Lance with a big came in. Go ahead, D-Lane.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited to see the young guy play. Finally healthy, but he hasn't played since week 5, right? And I've been wondering why Kyle hasn't been able to sprinkle him in here or there like he did early on to start the season. But I believe he was hurt as well, trying to get through some little minor injuries. But he's supposed to be healthy now, and I'm actually excited to see him play versus. I'm not gonna say they're no contender or no good team, but they've been playing well the last few weeks. The Texans, and I don't believe it's just gonna be a cakewalk. I do believe the Niners should win because they have more blue chippers, if that's what you want to say. They got more talented players on their team, on their roster. But the Texans have been playing very well, and they just beat supposed to be a playoff team, a caliber team, in the San Diego Chargers. And their quarterback has been playing pretty good too. Rookie quarterback. I'll talk about him later, Davis Mills. But I'm excited to see Trey Lance versus the Texans and the Rams. The Rams is the big game now. Like I said, I believe they should beat the Texans this week coming up because they got more blue chippers, they're more talented, and they got the better head coach. But the following week, that's for all the marbles. And like I said, to start the pile off, that's what I love about this NFL season, making the last 3 weeks, mostly all divisional games.
Yeah, I think this should have been happened. And what's interesting is if the Niners don't win, if they don't win out, they might be not in the playoffs. So to me, you're playing Trey Lance against a team they should beat. I think they can run the ball the whole game against the Texans. They're not the Chargers. They're the 49ers, I think, can win that game easily, whoever's playing quarterback. But the end of the season, I'll have to play the Rams. And so I think it's going to be interesting the next 2 weeks. And all I thought about when announcing Trey Lance last night was, what was the whole point of playing Jimmy G all year? You're still not guaranteed a playoff spot. Trey Lance is he's literally playing for a playoff spot for you. He could have been doing this all year, developing, getting reps, and getting week in, week out. On top of that, what is the point?
Zay, hold on.
I've been saying that all year, though.
I got you. But I'm saying you honestly feel like you still feel like that after seeing most of their season play out. It's been 15 weeks. We've seen how injury injury riddled the Niners have been in COVID rack, just like the rest of the NFL. Most of their blue chippers been in and out all season. Kittle, Debo, Bosa. You honestly think Trey Lance would have them in the same position right now if he started the whole season?
I believe
over
so.
Jimmy G.
I'm gonna tell you why. They only have 2 wins. No, can I tell you why? They only have 2 wins. 2 wins this year against teams with a winning record. 2. That's it. 2 wins. Every other team they played with a winning record, they lost. So I think Trey Lance again would have lost the games they were supposed to lose. And let's say Trey Lance goes.
All those games they lost though. They lost a blue chipper though, eh? That's what I'm trying to tell you. We already said it when they had Debo. For the most part, though, I'm just saying for the most part, when they had Debo, Bosa, and Kittle, all 3 of them with Jimmy healthy, they're winning. They're a winning team. They're a playoff football team.
Again, they're 8. Okay, that's. I want to talk about. They're 8-7. I think they still would have been 8-7 or 7-7 with Trey Lance right now. I think he would have more valuable reps throughout the season, what he can build off. Again. He's not learning from a top quarterback. I just feel, and with that $20 million they have for Jimmy G, his stock was higher in the spring. So that $20 million in cap space they would have had available. What is the biggest weakness on their team? It's their cornerback play. They're playing with Josh Norman and a terrible 3rd-round rookie in Avery Thomas at corner. That's $20 million in cap space they could have at DB, or $20 million extra cap space for depth. Whatever you want to put that cap space towards, but you're going to be a better football team because of that, right? They could have went out and signed one free agent defensive back. So I look at this as this should have been happened. I'm glad it's happening. I don't understand the whole point of playing Jimmy G all year. He's not going to be back on the team next year. And you'll be in the same spot. I'm excited to see Trey Lance against the Texans. I think it'll be an easy game for him to get in there, run the football, play action, and I think it'll be an exciting game. So
you have the same. But do we agree? We feel like they should win. They should win at Texans or versus the Texans, and then the real game is versus the Rams the following, correct?
Yeah, the Niners always do good against teams with losing records. Like that's what to me makes them stick out. The bad teams, they whoop their ass. The good teams, when they can't run the ball, that's when they look like they did against the Titans. All right, so, but yeah, they do really well against teams like the Texans. They're gonna run the ball over them.
My eyes is gonna be glued to the TV these last 2 weeks, man. I'm telling you, I'm not missing the game. Man. I'm not leaving the house. I'm not leaving the house these next 2. I usually don't anyway, but hey, I'm not missing the game these last 2 weeks.
No, again, and you talked about Jimmy G, playing, I guess, well, but since the Super Bowl he lost in 2019, he's 11-10 as a starter. So what about being 11-10 again? We never say he has a good play caller, and he has a good team around him. Always has blue chip guys. I think if you count,
can't say that.
Yes,
by far last year, I think they led the NFL injuries last year above my Eagles, because I know my Eagles was up there last year. The Niners have been injury riddled for the last 2-3 seasons, and COVID's depleted a bunch of teams across the league this year.
Bosa's played every game. Fred Warner's missed 1. Trent Williams has played every game. Debo has missed 2. So, again, what are you talking about? The blue chippers are playing majority of the season. And that's a lot of blue chippers to have on the team. Again, I don't know. For some reason, the Niners...
How many Kittle miss? Didn't Kittle miss a few games, too?
He missed 2.
I think they all miss way more than what you just said.
No, it's just, again, the Niners get a lot of excuses, man. They get the injury. They get this and that.
I got to look that one up. I don't know, Zay.
What do you mean you don't know? Kittle's played 2 less games. Yeah, he missed 2 games this year.
You sure?
Sorry, he missed 3. He missed 3 games this year.
And then what about Debo?
Debo missed 2. Remember, he had a bye week. That's why. Yeah, he missed 2 games.
All right.
So, again, the Niners get all the excuses. Injury. The Raiders don't have a fucking coach, and they're 8-7. Don't have this Renfro and Carr. Like, that's why I'm trying to say this. We're talking about an 8-7 team. When I watch the Raiders every week, who don't have Greg Olsen as their play caller. We have no Darren Waller, no Ruggs. It's Zay Jones and Renfro and a rookie O lineman handling business and winning weird ass games. So I look at it like, if you have all this talent on the roster with I don't give a fuck if someone misses 2 games. Who cares? You have Debo, you have Ayuk. You have an elite O-line. Like, what else do you need? You just need everything perfect. That's the thing. I think we judged the Niners off 2019, where they didn't have a single weakness. Again, did not have a single weakness on the team. It's not the NFL though, right? Bill Belichick find ways to win. How do you have the same record as the Dolphins? Think about that. They have the same record as the Dolphins, and you want to talk about injuries. You want to talk about being depleted. Come on now, that's where I'm just like I can't get hyped around this season. You look at the roster. Just look at the 49ers roster. Very underwhelming. Very underwhelming with that roster. Very underwhelming. But hey, that's why I'm not on the Kyle Shanahan hype train. Only thing I'm on the Trey Lance hype train. I'm ready to look at him play, and hopefully Kyle doesn't fuck him up, because we know he's not big in development. That's not what he does. But let's talk real quick before we hop into the Raiders. They're obviously Trey Lance facing off versus David Mills. David Mills has been looking the best of all the rookie quarterbacks. Tall, big, can move the ball, strongest arm. He's basically Mac Jones with a rifle. What's your thoughts on this rookie battle this weekend?
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm sure. I'm thinking we were talking about the same quarterback. I'm talking about Davis Mills, man. I like the way this kid's been looking. He's averaging almost 70%, or almost hitting nearly 70% of his passes, 67%. And he's played only 11 games this season. He's thrown for 222 yards, or 2,200 yards. Excuse me. I like the way he's been looking. Real poised. He got some turnovers, just like the rest of the quarterbacks. None of these quarterbacks, I feel like, have really separated themselves. Trevor Lawrence still has shown the highest upside so far for the future. I think Mac Jones has been the most consistent. But this Davis Mills kid, he's been right there, step for step all year.
And again, doesn't have the roster, missing this and that, handling business. Business. And I learned about Davis Mills. My grandfather, big Stanford guy, and he always talked about, I was like, man, just David could stay healthy. He was playing well under Shaw at Stanford. Only reason he went in the third round, go look at his bio. He missed games every single year at Stanford. Couldn't finish the season. So that's the only knock really on David Mills, why he went in the third round. But if you look at him, I mean, he has all the tools. And we just talked about.
They were saying if he came back, he probably would have been the first round pick, right?
Oh, especially this year.
Yeah.
Especially this is a shitty ass QB draft. To me, there shouldn't be a quarterback stuck in the top 15 unless you're just. What
about the what's the name kid? Isn't he coming out? You like the Pickett kid out of Pitt?
No, he's all right. He's cool. He'll be a nice, second rounder in a good quarterback draft.
Gotcha.
Right, Matt Corral. I'm not taking any guy that has multiple 4-pick games in college. Get the fuck out of here. And then my guy, the guy I would take over all of these people, because it's no big winner here, is Malik Willis out of Liberty. To me, he's Trey Lance. Have you judged him as the same prospect as Trey Lance? He's that, but better. He's more athletic.
I'm gonna go check him out.
He makes the crazy throws too, and he's a lot of starting experience under his belt with not a lot of talent around him. So Malik Willis is my guy in this draft. But everyone's playing in Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl is about to be the best Senior Bowl we've ever had. So I'm juiced because a lot of guys, miss seasons, all type of stuff, and all the quarterbacks suck, so they gotta go to the Senior Bowl. So
out of all the rookie quarterbacks that played at least 5+ games, there's only 2 that got over 60% passing completion percentage. You want to know who it is?
Mac Jones.
That's one. We're just talking about. Nah, hell.
David Mills.
Yeah, Davis Mills. Everybody else is in the 50s or lower.
No, that's crazy. Not to go off topic,
even Trevor Lawrence. So
not to go off topic. Last year, I guess there was 19 games where the quarterback had a 70 QBR or better. There's been 0 this year. That's something I want to look out for. After the playoffs, we're going to see.
Not even A-Rod? A-Rod?
No, sir. Not a single quarterback this year has had a 70 QBR. Now, remember, 80 is like perfect, 80, 90 QBR. It's different than rating, QBR.
Yeah.
But, you could have a good game and have, a 68 QBR. 70 QBR in the old days would be like 100 rating QBR, something like that. But QBR, decision-making, turnovers, all that. But, 70 has not happened once this year. I think defense is caught up. And the crowd. You got to remember the crowd back. Last year was 7-on-7 every game. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see David Mills. I think, it's always the one guy that rises from the pack. For him, he stays healthy. And also, I think the Texans are like, hey, we could really trade D.Y. now, build around David Mills, so they might have something going. Question, last thing on David Mills.
My bad to cut you off, Zay, but they trade D.Y. for those three, just maybe even two, but if they get three, all that draft capital they gonna get back with him, the young pieces they got now, man, I'll give the brother Cully another year, man. I don't want to see him gone. Cause I like the way he got the kid, the Mills looking, and they got a promising future if they can get off D.Y.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but if it was me in the shoes, I gotta let Cully go. I feel you. You're winning. It looks good. But I always remember this. I always have to remember this. There's only 3 coaches in the entire NFL that win consistently and don't call plays. And I don't think Pete Carroll about to be, I don't know what's happening with that, and Mike Tomlin. And he had Bill Belichick, but come on, he really did.
But I'm saying that's his quarterback. So I'm saying, what if Mills keeps looking promising? You bring him back next year, and Mills takes the next step. You can't just fire his coach, bro. You can't fire the guy that brought the kid in that y'all all of a sudden like or might deem a franchise quarterback for y'all.
Yeah, I gotta win. I'm about putting the best formula around my rookie quarterback, and I know it's not David Coley. It's the reason. That's just my. Now again, me being the GM.
Tim Kelly, that's who is there. That's their OC, Texans.
Yeah. And Tim Kelly's that good. He's going to eventually get hired as a coach.
He came from Penn State. I remember Ball State was good a couple years ago. Yeah. I ain't heard of him.
But yeah, that's my. I don't know. I like David Mills. They got going down there. But let's touch on real quick. Head into the Raiders. The Raiders again sitting at 8-7. Crazy season. Forgot what account posted on Twitter, but they showed all the players the Raiders have lost this season. I mean, it's over 20 players missing. We lost 2 starting guards, lost starting linebacker, lost starting wide receiver. Darren Waller's missed 5 games, lost head coach and play caller. Josh Jacobs missed games, lost Kenyon Drake for the season. I mean, the list was crazy, and the fact they're sitting here at 8-7 with this group. What's your thoughts so far on this crazy season? Regardless if they, let's say they just finished 9-7 and just missed the playoffs. What's your overall thoughts on this group?
Tough, man. They had some low moments this year. Definitely some rock bottom moments. 48-9 versus the Chiefs, getting blasted like that in the division game. Other low moments as well. Bengals 32-13. Guys had some high moments. Beat the Dolphins, Steelers, and who else to start the year off? The Ravens. But it's kind of hard for me. I really want to ask you because you're a Raiders fan. I'm trying to figure out. I'm sitting back over here trying to figure out because he hasn't had the best season. His QBR is only 55. I think he has 13 or 12 turnovers on the season. Derek Carr, 20 touchdowns. But just to get you guys above 500 with all the mess that your team has displayed this season on and off the field, for him to just have you guys above 500 and just still alive for the playoffs right now, I think you got to tip your hat to him. That's where me not being a Raider fan on the outside looking in is kind of where I want to tip, kudos to give kudos to a little bit. It's Derek Carr, but I'm not sure. You tell me, is it Derek Carr? Is it somebody else? Mayock? Because you got, like I said, I still think it's respectable. That's the only thing I can think of on your season right now. For you guys to be where you're at right now is you got to tip your hat to them guys. Because you guys when you lost your coach, especially after the reasons why you lost him, or even Henry, a beloved guy on the team, you guys could have easily spiraled out of control and went on a losing streak. But you didn't, and you're still right here with 2 weeks left, and all you got to do is go 2-0 to get in the playoffs. So I don't know. Who do you want to get the credit to?
I think it goes to 3 people, and I would say that's Derek Carr, Gus Bradley, and Rich Bicassia. And I think Rich kept the team together, positive voice, father figure. not X and O's, none of that. Kept it together. Gus Bradley, the defense does what it has to do. Top 10 defense against the pass this year, right? Rush the passer, Casey Hayward, Nate Hobbs, the rookie safety, Morick, doing the thing. So shout out to Gus Bradley. And again, I think he's been a head coach, coach top defenses. So the fact that he was on the staff, I think could keep his unit together. And then, Derek Carr. At the end of the day, he's found ways to win football games. And I don't care if he goes for 400 yards and loses. All I care is about the W's. We've been saying that. And if you look at who he's throwing to week in, week out, no matter what's changing, O-line's changing, receiving core is changing, Waller gone, okay, Ruggs gone, okay, who's next? D-Jack in, okay, you got it, let's go. Right, whatever's happening around him, he's finding a way to win games. It's happening late in the game, right? And then obviously honorable mention Daniel Carson having a lights out year, but that kicker for the Raiders. But yeah, those are the three people I think deserving. And what I'm getting out this season, regardless make the playoffs or not. And obviously we go back and forth saying this, but if I'm a coach, I'm like, okay, I got a gritty group. Have a huge. I think they have $50 million in cap space, have top 10 most cap space, have draft capital. We come in, I think you make the playoffs next year. And what I was realizing from this group, I think if the Raiders didn't lose Ruggs, I said they win an extra 2 games this year and are in the playoff seat. I think, even with the loss of Waller, you have to count for Ruggs every play. I mean, you saw he led the league in all these deep ball categories and so on. So that's what I'm learning. This is a nitty group, tough group. Even Josh Jacobs fucked up twice yesterday. Had the best game of the season, running the football, put the game away on the last drive, running the football in a close divisional against the Broncos. So that's what I got from this season. This is a tough group, and not a tough group where you fought hard, 6-win season. Nah, tough group. We're in the driver's seat to win, and we're gonna see how tough they are playing the Colts this Sunday. But yeah, I gotta nod my hat to the toughness of this group.
Man, Zay, and I'm over here looking at you guys' schedule, man, and I don't know if anybody else across the league has a tougher 2-game stretch right here, especially for you guys to get into the playoffs. As far as of course, the Chargers have not lived up to their billing so far, especially the last few weeks. But we know what they're capable of, especially that guy at their quarterback position, Herbert. And then we definitely know what Jonathan Taylor and the coach represent. You guys got a tough 2-game stretch here. How do you feel about your chances going in?
Now the Colts are COVID-ridden, riddled right now. Their whole O-line is going to be out for Sunday. They're missing Darius Leonard. He's not vaccinated, so he's has to be out 10 days no matter what. So I think their chances are they have a shot. And the only reason they have a shot is 2 reasons. When you have a pass rush and you have a quarterback, or I'll just call it a top 15 quarterback, you have a shot every weekend. And I think that's the only reason they have a shot. And the Chargers are just a weird team, right? My whole life they've been weird. I can't even tell. They're like good, but not good. I don't know what they are. They're good, kind of. I don't know. So I think the Colts, if they win that, I mean, it's week by week. I don't even want to talk about the Chargers, but they win that would be the best win of the season. Because, right now, the way the Colts been playing in the AFC, Colts and Chiefs been playing the best football in the month of December.
Man, I'm telling you, and like you said the key thing there a minute ago. Yeah, you guys got a nice pass rush, a real nice pass rush for this season. But versus this upcoming game, that's gonna be nice for next week. You guys gotta stop that runs, eh? Y'all gonna have to see Taylor about something.
And
how do you feel about your chances?
I'll say that my boy Mitch called me yesterday, diehard Raider fan from LA, and he said, I haven't realized what our defense has done the last 2 weeks. We stopped Chubb against the Browns, and everyone knew they was running the ball the whole game. He's then we stopped. The Broncos have top 8th rushing attack in the league. And I've rushed, I guess, for 200 yards 2 straight games. And we stopped Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon had negative rushing yards for that game. So I'm like, wait, is the run defense catching on fire? And I think this rookie starting Divine Diablo has started the last 2 games. Took Corey Littleton's spot. Corey Littleton is on the bench. Divine Diablo.
Chubb got off on you. I mean, he didn't get off, but he still did his thing. Y'all played Mills that game, didn't y'all? Baker didn't play that game.
No, but they held the rushing attack under.
They held him 100 under 100. He was 23 for 91, 4 yards per carry, and a touchdown.
Yes, all below his averages. He averages over 100, and he averages more yards. No, I'm just saying that.
You're a Raider fan, boy. Now do your thing.
Oh no, come on, 23 carries. You don't get 100.
No, do your thing. I ain't mad at you.
So that's what I'm trying to
I
say.
feel you.
You held
I
Chubb
feel you.
and you had the Broncos. All I'm saying is they have a shot. All right. And with Taylor, the Colts have a simple formula. Anytime I saw in a stat, anytime Carson's thrown over 20 times this year, they've lost. So if you stop Taylor, you win the game. So the formula is simple for the Raiders, and I think they have a shot. But to me, regardless how the season ends, like I said, tough group. And yeah, I think and Waller's back this week, so I think that also gives them an added weapon. They haven't had Waller the last 4 games.
I know this is a little off topic, but now I was just scrolling through the news here. They said the Eagles, I guess we keep all our quarterbacks in a separate room at the NovaCare complex at our headquarters. Because, our coach just had COVID too, but he was actually able. I don't know if he was asymptomatic or I guess he had. I'm assuming he's vaccinated, but he was able to make the side be back on the sidelines this past game. But like the rest of the teams, we've been a little COVID riddled as well. But I think that's pretty smart. Some other teams might want to start doing that, just keeping guys separate.
I think a lot of teams do that. I heard that have like special. It's like for kickers and quarterbacks. That's one thing you don't want to be calling up last minute, and they're all separate. Like I think like Derek Carr, he had like him and it's like only him and Olsen and like one other dude in their rooms. So yeah, I mean, especially think about the Packers. Come on, now. Like especially what happened to Aaron Rodgers earlier. So I think every team, especially this time of year, if you're in the playoffs or fighting for it, the last thing you need is a situation like your third, fourth string quarterback at a play. So, but no, I'm happy with the Raiders sitting at 8-7. I'm saying I'm surprised and shocked. But shout out to the tough group. It shows you. If they make the playoffs, it might buy Mayock another year. We'll see what coach they bring in. Because they got to have a good coach regardless. But anything more on the Raiders before we move on?
I think that's it. That's all I have for you.
So let's switch real quick to Coach of the Year or talk about some of the coaches doing their thing. Brian Flores, first coach to lose 7 games in a row and win 7 games in a row. Sorry. Have same amount of losing streaks. He lost 4 games in a row and won 4 games in a row in the same season. First coach to do that. Sorry, reverse. Win 7 games in a row and lose 7 games in a row in the season. That was correct. That was the stat. So yeah, he started 1-7. Now they're 8-7. That's insane. So what's your thoughts on Brian Flores and the AFC East group? A lot of good coaches out there. Brian Flores, Bill, Sean McDermott.
Yeah, bro, them damn Dolphins pissed me off last night. My boy Pat, that's Pat's team. He let them damn Dolphins, man. I needed the Saints to win last night to put my Eagles in 6th place. We would have jumped and flipped over the Niners last night. But it is what it is. I was sitting here nodding out, watching the game a little bit last night. They look nice, man. Besides them playing a backup quarterback, the defense looked formidable. They're stopping the run. Alvin Kamara, they were making him work left and right for anything he wanted. Definitely got to tip your hat to him. I more so want to tip my hat to Bill, though, because I've been tipping my hat to him all season just for doing it with a rookie quarterback. And a rookie quarterback that we've been seeing for the last few weeks that doesn't really have the strongest arm. And we knew that kind of coming in. We already knew that, but we've really seen it this past week against the Bills. We're going to talk about the Bills versus the pass game in a little bit. But for Bill to get done what he's been able to accomplish this season, you got to tip your hat to Bill, man. I still believe it's Bill. A close second for me, honestly, is John Harbaugh. I love the way he's been able to, even if they don't make it to the playoffs, he still has to have consideration. Just for the Baltimore Ravens to be competitive in so many games that they were competitive in this year, being COVID riddled, injury riddled. Just the best game I could think of that I watched this so far this year, one of the best games. It's not the best game, but it's one of the best games that I enjoyed watching this year was Huntley going against A-Rod them 2 weeks ago. They had no business being in that game, and it came down to the end, and they were in that game. A game like that just lets you know that's coaching, man. So you got to also tip your hat to Harbaugh. Those are my top 2, Bill and Harbaugh.
If Brian Flores makes the playoffs, mine's him. I mean, like I said, with that group, I think probably say least talented roster. And back-to-back win the season, I'm giving.
Whoa, hold on. What you mean least talented? We liked the Dolphins last year. They went 10-6. What you talking about?
That's because I believe he's an elite coach. But if you name the teams of blue chippers, name me 3 blue chippers on the Dolphins. I got
Howard, Waddle. Waddle, I mean, not right now, but he has blue. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
I'll give you one. I'll just throw him in there.
Because Waddle, he's dynamic, is what I'm saying. He's a game changer.
Bro, he's about to have 100 catches as a rookie, so of course.
He's a game changer.
I'll wait.
Them only two I can get you off the top of my head right now.
Thank you.
I ain't no Dolphins fan.
I'm not. I mean, but we can tell you the top guys on every team in the league. I mean, we go to the Bills. We can start listening. Diggs, Allen, Poyer, White. The list goes. Come on now. And then we go to the Pats, right? They have a lot of blue chippers on their defense, especially with the O-line. So I'm with but anyways, I think Brian Flores and Bill are, to me, are my top two coaches. I like Harbaugh in there as my third. The only reason I'll have him higher is because Lamar Jackson played a lot of the games. Now he missed some, and they won with Huntley in games. That one game against the Bears where Lamar missed. But that's the only reason I don't have him higher. To me, it's like, hey, as long as you got your quarterback for 90% of the games, you got a shot. As Lamar's a top 10, top 8 quarterback in the league, top 5 on a good day. So, but yeah, he's doing an amazing job still with the amount of injuries. No shot at him. But I just like what Brian is doing with his team, and especially Bill. Bill having, put his team in position to have the number 2 seed. Now they still got to win out, but number 2 seed late in the season with that team. You can't even. They don't have elite weapons on the outside. I just think it's really impressive what they're doing, and also Josh McDaniels doing his thing on offense. But yeah, I like Brian Flores. Obviously, first season as a head coach, winning a record last year. Coming in this year, rough season, and to me, it shows you how good of a coach you are if you can flip the season. Andy Reid has done that. Even Bill's done that with slow starts to the season. He's really good November, December, January. So shout out to Brian Flores. He's my coach of the year. As we're standing, if they keep winning and make the playoffs, lock for coach of the year for me.
Okay.
I like what he's doing though. Now, Tua, long-term answer, we're going to see. To me, I love Tua coming out the draft, but to me, he's a little Baker-ish to me. But we're going to see if he can keep growing year over year.
Baker needs to go. He's not that guy. Baker, oh my God, I can't believe I used to even make an argument for Baker. Baker is not that guy. He needs to go.
Yeah. Last question before we end out that Baker really do. What team right now is poised to win the Super Bowl? Not go. What one team right now is poised to win it?
Hey, Zay, I'm not going to lie to you. I think we're almost on the collision course to get a rematch from last year. There's other options because I definitely love the way the Packers are playing and whatnot. But I would love to see why would I love to see a rematch from last year? Mainly because the Bucs better get their shit together. Because if we do see a rematch from last year, I'm telling you right now, I didn't see enough. Because I know you remember what was it, Zay? Was it last pod or 2 weeks ago? Me and you both came on here and we was talking about our top 2 or 3 teams on each side of the conference, each conference, and we was like, oh yeah, we never left the Chiefs bandwagon, but we just was like, we want to see their defense versus quality opponents. We want to see pattern the offense, keep doing their thing. Hey man, the defense is doing their thing. I've been watching the Chiefs closely the last few weeks. They're doing their thing, Jay. And I think they poised. I know that's obvious. That's the obvious one, but I don't think it's so obvious because that's the way they started the season out. But the last few weeks, that defense has been playing some football.
I don't want to just agree with you, but to me, it's spot on. I can't see the Chiefs losing right now. To me, they'd be my Super Bowl pick. And when things line up, they got the coach, they got the quarterback, they got O-lines playing well, D-lines playing well. When those, now the skill players, all that's going to come and go. Everyone has in the league, we got 15 teams with nice skill players. When those three parts, their lines, your quarterback and coach are humming, it's hard to beat you. Like you said, the Bucs, now they've had injuries. They've lost Godwin. He's out for the year now, right? So it's going to be AB, Mike Evans, and Scotty Miller. Still, good group of receivers, right, and Gronk. But they still have both running backs. So they just need to start clicking. Now, I think they'll start getting some DBs back. But this defense is not going to be 100% healthy come playoff time. And so I really feel like the Chiefs, in my gut to gut, if I had to put a bet, it would be I'll sprinkle some on the Chiefs to win it. I'll sprinkle some on the Packers because sometimes it's just your year. And Aaron,
Yeah, they might be due.
right? And then my last pick would be the Bucks, and it's only because this is usually. Remember last year, the Bucks were shaky, but then December we're looking. We're talking about them how we're talking about the Chiefs right now. Remember, the Bucks came in December, killing it. That's not happening this year. And a lot of teams, you just don't hit that switch in January. December football is where playoff teams, where the cream rises to the crop. The cream rises to the top is in December, and the Bucks, they just. So we're gonna see. I'm excited for this playoffs. I mean, I'm excited for these next 2 weeks of football. Who's gonna make it?
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see some key injuries from earlier this year come back, like a guy like Akers, or I would love to see him come back for the Rams, make them a little bit more formidable, especially losing Henderson. The Titans with Derrick Henry, that we know Mike Variable and what he represents, his team. A team now I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in. You know what? F that. I am. Stop being sweet, D-Lane. I'm stop being sweet. Hey, not the Colts, excuse me. The Bills are pissing me off, man. They're still not balanced enough, and I still don't believe they're ready to take that next step. I don't even believe, I can't see them in the AFC conference champion or the championship picture this year. I thought that we seen them last year there. I'm thinking they're ready to take the next step. I like the defense. I do like the defense. I just still feel like on offense they're not balanced enough.
I agree with that take, Lane, because there's Josh Allen, amazing talent, like we saw what he did this past weekend. But to me, there's only a couple quarterbacks in the league where you can put every play on them. And I think Josh can do that, and you're probably gonna see it more in year 5, 6, 7, but not consistently right now. To your point, they can't run the ball, right? I think obviously not this year, Russ, but Patrick Mahomes, A-Rod, Tom, those 3 guys, it doesn't matter what's going on. You can rely on them every single play, right? And then obviously years past Russ and so on. I don't think Josh is there yet. I think he's the closest quarterback of the young group to rely on every play, maybe him or Lamar. But, yeah, man, I'm with you. They got to be able to run the ball until, Josh can be that guy that you just rely on every single play. But it's hard. You also got to think about this too. The Bills need a tight end. They need an elite tight end. Knox ain't it.
Nah, you don't think I like Knox is cool?
No.
I was just about to say Knox.
But look at the guys that. I mean, Pat has one. Lamar has one. Tom has one. The only person that has one is A-Rod.
I know what you're saying, though. I mean, but every quarterback gotta have his security blanket.
Yeah, if I don't have a run game, I need elite skill guys. Like, look at the Bengals.
But he got Diggs. That's why I was going. The only thing I was going to refute it with is Diggs is his security blanket. That's who he go to.
No, you're right. He does. But I was just saying, like, only Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, it could be him, Devontae all day, right? And we can agree that Devontae is a better receiver than Diggs. Diggs is elite though, top 5 guy, right? No knock on Diggs, but Devontae is an elite guy, right? I just feel like if you're not going to have a run game, he needs an elite tight end too. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I got you.
That's
somebody work that middle. Yeah, for sure.
If we compare Knox to a receiver, I think Knox would be like a Brandon Cooks a receiver, a good guy. You're getting every year 700 yards, 800 yards from him, but he's not going to take over a game for
you. You can't disrespect Cooks like that. I seen some shit Croc was saying the other day. No, and I ain't going as far as Croc going because Croc, he's showing hometown love to him, but he didn't have like 8 out of 9 of his career seasons, I think he didn't have 1,000 yards. And he done it with all kind of quarterback shit. I can't even name all the quarterbacks he didn't play with.
No. But there's a reason to stay on the team. He's the best. To me, he's the best deep ball threat in the league, consistently. He's taking D-Jack's spot, where D-Jack just got 1,000 wherever he went because he can run deep. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect.
I still probably take D-Wild over him. I mean, DJ. DJ my boy. But yeah, I got you.
Brandon Cooks got a long way to break D-Jack records that he consistently does. But
D-Jack's still doing it.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, again, no knock on Knox, but I just think back to Josh Allen having no run game. If you're going to have no run game, you need elite level of, like, when the Chiefs couldn't run the ball, I was like, okay, I have Kelsey over the middle, Hill over the top. You need Diggs, and who's his second guy? Who's his Robin? Or maybe you need a Batman type tight end. The good thing is this upcoming draft, there's a lot of tight ends. And have a Knox and an elite tight end. If you're not going to have a run game. So, yeah, it's just interesting to see how the Bills, I just think they're missing one piece on offense. Just one piece. Because when we talk about these elite teams, again, outside But I mean, outside of the Packers, but even the Packers, they have an elite O-line and they have Aaron Jones. So, we're not worried about a single running back on the Bills. But that's all. Oh, last piece.
I was just about to say, I know you ain't gonna let him get away.
Mr. I can't win shit in December, Cliff Queensbury. Man, hey, I took my foot off the pedal because the man had 10 wins before December. We was winning games with Colt McCoy, Hop gone. I'm like, man, Cliff is dialing it up. Shit. Hey, the offense just looks like Cliff coaches in December like he's scared, like he don't know what to call. Like, damn, playoffs around the corner. I don't know what to do. It's crunch time. I don't know what's going on, but if they lose their first, they're going to make the playoffs, right? Obviously, record. If they look bad or lose their first playoff game, changes need to be made. They made the play. No, changes need to be made. They're not going to have Hopkins, AJ. It's not going again.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Before you say your piece, I don't judge coaches when everything is perfect. Run game going, have the perfect wideouts. Everything's going perfect. JJ Watt's playing. When everything's going perfect and you're winning, that's what you're supposed to do. When there's a little bump in the road, that's when the coaching starts. That's when we get to see you coach. And Cliff, go ahead, D-Lane.
I'm gonna give him. He got one out, Zay, and you giving a little too much energy right there on my boy Cliff. I like Cliff, even though he ain't no real winner like that. I like him because I like Kyler. I'm gonna get to Kyler in a second. You need to be worrying about the damn Seahawks over there talking about they can make a run. I can't believe that was blasphemous when you said that a few weeks ago. That's what you need to be worrying about down on the other side of their division, the Cardinals division. You need to be worrying about the Seahawks and Pete Carroll. His ass might need to go. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But Cliff, I'm gonna give you one. He got one out, Zay. I'm up and down on Cliff too, just like you. But I'm gonna give him one out, Zay. Who is Cliff married to with the Arizona Cardinals?
Kyler Murray.
Who's been routinely hurt at the end of football seasons for the last damn near since he came into the NFL for the last 3 seasons, but mainly for the last 2 seasons?
So you blaming Kyler?
I'm not blaming it on Kyler. I'm just saying that's his out as far as like, okay, you could just say, I don't want to judge the coach off when everything's perfect. He got the run game, the receivers on. Well, he did win a game, 2 games, I believe, with Colt McCoy, backup quarterback. I'm just saying for the last 2 seasons, especially more so this year. I think last year they might have been in position to still make it, but not like they were this year. They weren't double-digit wins before December. But for the last 2 years, they've been right there, and Kyler's been banged up, Nick, hurt, and not playing the same caliber of football the beginning of the season that he does at the end of the season for the last 2 years. So I'm just saying it's either Kyler or his injury. They're married together. So I'm just saying that's his out.
I don't think
I'm gonna give him 1 more year.
Only way I don't say, I think Cliff is married to Kyler, and Kyler has a prenup. So look, because Cliff has a track record of not winning and not finishing seasons. Like at Texas Tech, he would start season 7-0, 6-0, and then lose out. Like the same thing was happening. So to me, since he has a common track record, he's gone before Kyler's gone. Now, to your point about Kyler being hurt, this is back-to-back seasons. He's been hurt around November, December time. That's a very valid point, and that to me, it would be a concern as how big his second contract's going to be. But it won't have me a concern as a franchise quarterback because I'm going to sit back if you trade Kyler Murray today, I mean, outside of 7 teams, someone's calling, right? So I'm not putting this on Kyler, a year 3 quarterback in his 4th year as a full-time starting quarterback outside of high school. I'm not putting that on Kyler right now. But it is, to your point, it's something to monitor, and that is real. That's real. And if I'm Cliff and my agent, that's all I'm bringing up. Just give me a healthy quarterback and I'll make it. I need a healthy quarterback December, right? But at the end of the day, that's where we get to coach. Adversity. That's what NFL – Bill, no excuses. Whatever the fuck happens, right? I seen a bad year when a shitty-ass team, opt-outs and all, Bill wins 7 to 8 games. That's his bad year. When Mike Tomlin loses his quarterback for the full year and has Mason Rudolph, he goes 8-8. Okay, when his shit hits the fan, terrible season, your bad season is 8-8. When shit hits the fans for Kyle Shanahan, he wins 4 games. That's why I know that shit looks like. So let's see if, when it's not perfect, what does it look like? That's all. Because every other coach got to respond. Hey, Brian Flores, it wasn't perfect. Playing with multiple quarterbacks.
Sure.
Find a way. So that's why he's coach of the year. Harbaugh, lose the whole fucking roster. Oh, we just gonna win 6 games? Nope, it ain't perfect. I'm gonna figure out a way. So that's elite coaches. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
I mean, shit, yeah. So we gonna see. We're gonna see. Oh, last point. Will Brandon Staley win 11 plus games next year? Are you bullish on Staley? Or you know what? I don't know. Or he's just young coach. Year over year, he'll get better.
Might be a young coach. He might have to get better, man. I don't know, but I do believe he should get a second year, and you got action at the end of the day because you do have a franchise quarterback pulling the strings for you. So get it right on defense, man. He really is with the defense. You got to get it right on the defensive side of the ball, and that's what your expertise is supposed to be, Mr. Staley.
Mr. Staley. Hey, B-Dog, come on, Brandon. But no, we're gonna see. But no, it's just, hey, best 2 weeks of football. The last week of December, first week of January. Then it's playoff time. So I'll be ready because I ain't going nowhere but my couch.
Facts.
Right.
Hey, I was hearing rumblings on this other podcast that was talking about they were hearing rumblings. Excuse me, not me. I was hearing rumblings through this podcast. D-Wop possibly might be on the move to Cleveland for Baker, and they think that might be a fair, good exchange for both sides. And I would love to see D-Wop in Cleveland. I wouldn't. I would. That run game, those weapons, what? He do. You know what? The receivers not allowed that.
No. It's not even talking about the talent fit. I just don't want to see him in a Browns uni.
I got you.
Damn, Texans and Browns, that's where your career is? Like, damn. I honestly, my dream pick obviously be the Raiders, but outside of that, man, I'll get Steelers.
I said Saints. I told you I like the Saints last week. I said Saints for him or A-Rod because that defense is ready too.
Yeah, shit. He could. That's a 2-hour drive from Houston. Ain't far drive. Stay in this area. Shit, then I sell his house. So, but no, we're gonna see. This offseason gonna be fun because there's no quarterbacks in the draft that you can draft and be like, this is our guy. And so it's gonna be, I think, people are probably gonna throw some crazy trade offers because it's a seller's market this offseason. Because last offseason, you saw teams weren't pulling the trigger because, like, bro, there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. So they didn't have to offer crazy capital. But, man, we got Trey Lance starting. We got teams fighting for the playoffs. Colts, Chargers, Raiders, Eagles, Saints, Vikings. Man, it's fun. Ravens in there. So, yeah, we got a lot. Then we're going to have the coaching carousel, Senior Bowl. We got college playoff next Saturday. Hey, next 6 weeks. This is the crazy part about the NFL. Even when you hype for playoffs in the season, fighting for playoff spots, Super Bowl. As soon as it ends, you watching the Senior Bowl. And we talking about draft. I love football, man. But that's all I got.
Hey, I'm done. That's all I got, man.
Yes, sir.
We play for keeps, Cuddy. You ain't heard about the Huddle fire with no with D-Lane. We tryna get it off the muscle. Walters caught the pick and ran it back without a tussle. Blow the whistle, coach is trying to get back to the huddle.